What's up, Black family? We are back with another episode of Blakthoughtz. As you already know by this dark chocolate skin and the way that my I messed it up. We just gonna keep going. I ain't had nothing to say there. We are back. Another episode of Blakthoughtz. We are back with the Black Business Initiative on a special day. It is also Black Woman Wednesday, and I will be joined by my good sister, my guest, Alysha, of Astor Clothing, the owner, the proprietor of Astor Clothing. Believe this is her here. Let me just send this request. Is it this one? The good sister's doing it right now. Just said, hey, there she goes.
Hey.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure we have the right one because I don't know the right account.
Right, yeah. You're good to go. How you guys doing?
Hey guys, so we are here. The family's rolling in. I'm so happy to have you.
Right, I'm happy to be here. I'm a little nervous. I never went live before. I was telling you earlier, like, live is not my thing. You know, I'm only on social media for business, and that's it.
Yeah, but you are a star. You have a very bright personality, so I'm actually kind of like shocked to like hear that from you.
Yeah, I don't know. I get a little nervous sometimes, but it's all good.
So since you've never done this before, I'm gonna show you how to do this now because I have to do it. In your bottom right corner, there's a little arrow, and if you hit that, you can send it out to like let your friends and followers know that you're like on live, so they can tune in and catch.
Okay, sure.
Get as much of the family in here as possible. Oh, also while you're doing this, you can't see anything, but people can see you, so don't make like funny faces and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. But
all right, let's, I'm just gonna send it out here.
it lets me send it to like the most random people. Like it told me to send it to Spirit Airlines. I wouldn't like.
Yeah, I don't know none of these people like that, but let's see.
I mean, they're supporters of Astor, so.
Yeah.
Kind of like them.
Let's see.
Who's all these people? Okay, cool.
All right, so I sent this to some people. I don't know.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I just got off of work not too long ago. I told you I work until 8 o'clock, so the grind does not stop,
Yeah,
grab a little something to eat and, ready for you guys, ready to talk it up,
Yeah, like I said in the caption earlier, the hustle never stops with you. I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate that. I'm proud of you as well. I mean, we've known each other since, middle school? Like,
yeah,
seventh grade.
Crazy.
We went to the same middle school, the same high school. Yep.
Yeah, I've literally known you for over half my life. That's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, we've experienced some crazy things.
Yeah.
Some stories to tell. Like, loyalty definitely runs thick. I can say that.
No, yeah, those rides back home on like the B-44.
Listen, on the bus, we had a bus group. It was crazy. It's a while ago, but definitely.
I'm happy we were able to get this in today because it's Wednesday. So over here at Blakthoughtz, it's Black Woman Wednesday, where we celebrate our sisters, our Black women, and the weekend was like so hectic, and honestly, it's just been like hot. So I've been like,
listen, I'm in Virginia, so like, it probably feel like 105, 110 out here. Like it's on Virginia and Arizona, probably neck and neck.
Yeah, like I'm happy it's New York heat and not Southern heat. That's pretty different. Like I love the melanin that I was blessed with. I ain't finna take it down south though. I've been to Florida. Right. Florida's bad enough. So,
I feel you.
But I'm happy. Like it's Black Women Wednesday. We get to celebrate our sisters. So today we get to celebrate you. There we go. Make sure you get your flowers. We are happy. Yes. Period. Yes. Do you love the city girls too?
I love Young Miami.
Okay, same.
Yeah, I mean JT is cool, but I like Young Miami. We have very similar personalities, so I like Young Miami.
Yes, I like both. Like JT is like Miami. I have like the hugest crush on Miami, like ever. My girl hates to hear me say it, but it's like, cause she's not like that at all. But I love Ratchet. I love Hood. I love Ratchet. I love Hood. All of it. Also think she has the best verses out of the two of them. JT is nice though, but
yeah, JT is very lyrical. But it's just her personality. She's not very personable. Like I don't know why she's always on the defense, but that just doesn't sit right with me. It's like everything does not need a response. It's like life is too short to be so serious all the time. You feel me? It's just like you're doing too much. You feel me? And I don't like that. So
she was locked up, so she's probably used to just playing defense at this point. Like
right, listen, and to each his own.
Yeah.
So all the scammers unite. But on my end, I just like to have a good time. So that's why I probably like Young Miami a little bit more. Like more relaxed. It's just not that serious. You check somebody when you gotta check them. You keep pushing.
Yeah. Also, I believe it's you. You also like it's Lotto now.
Oh, Mulatto, definitely like Mulatto. Yeah, Big Lotto. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely enjoy good music. I'm music connoisseur, if I must say so myself. So I definitely like Big Lotto. Very lyrical, very personable. Like I watched her ever since she was on that show with Jermaine Dupri. So it's kind of like just watching her grow up, and she flexing on them now. So why not?
Oh, I never watched that. I don't remember how I think like I was probably just on a City Girl playlist and she came up.
Really? She's dope. Like her last album that she dropped was fire. It was on point.
Yeah, probably. I've been listening since like at least the fall. Around the time In and Out came out is when like I got onto her.
Okay, yeah. So that's right when her project dropped. Yeah. So yeah, she's dope. I like Lotto.
Oh yeah. I just love like women in hip hop right now are killing it, and I just love it. Like Meg, City Girl, Lotto. Saweetie is nice.
Yeah, Saweetie is a hit or miss. Like she is like it's either like she got a bop, like she has a bop. Like one of her once like sometimes she'll drop some songs and it's like whoo, and then sometimes she'll drop like Sweetie, what's going on? So it's like either or. But she's a beautiful girl. She has a great personality, and personality sells. Yes. They say sex sells. I think personality sells. So
yeah,
like if people can relate to you, if people can vibe with you, then why not?
Yeah, I think like that's why I was shocked to see that you were shy. Like I've always vibed very well with you. Like you were like,
I have very good energy. I think I'm an introvert and an extrovert at the same time. So like for me, like if I'm comfortable with you, I can laugh, I could joke, I could kick it. Like you're gonna see my funny side. But like some people, not a lot of people, but some people always be like, I never knew you that funny, or I never knew like this side of you. They see me having fun, but it's kind of just like. Maybe I don't feel comfortable around you. Maybe I'm just, observing the situation. So it takes a lot for me to kind of just like come out of my shell. Now I'm kind of very protective of that. But when it comes to like trying something new, like I'm definitely, hey y'all, see y'all in the comments.
Yeah, the whole thing. Everyone's here to give you your flowers. We're here to celebrate you. We're here to celebrate Astor Clothing. It's your day.
Listen, bonnets on deck. Listen, pajamas on deck. Listen, we got the whole mannequin out here. Listen.
Your hair looks nice, by the way. That bonnet,
thank you, I appreciate
that bonnet is for protective styles. Like, see, you gotta
listen. Yes. Throw your bonnet on real quick. Protect your edges. See my edges? Ooh, they scooping.
Yes, yeah. That nice. The helmet of salvation. Yes, like
Right. So, yeah.
So the whole thing is. Oh, so like to end that, so since we're like, so it's like we're celebrating Black women. Like one of my favorite things about women in hip hop right now is like the camaraderie. Like there's no beef. Mm-hmm. They're all collaborating with each other, right. Which is like Kim and Foxy legends and that legends. They did have a shootout.
Kim and Foxy need a versus. I don't know why Kim was trying to battle Nicki. I get it, but I don't get it. Kim and Foxy need a versus. Same era vibe. Even if they got two separate stages, they need a versus. Like, yeah, I feel like I even like the fact that Asian Doll and JT kind of like mended their issue. The issue was so stupid, but to see people come together and really just, especially women, I think that even just working in corporate America, it's so hard for women to come together because everybody's just looking at each other as a competitor. For me, I'm very big on like small businesses, promoting my friends or people I just don't even know. I'll go to pop-up shops and I'll meet so many people and I'll laugh and I'll joke with them and they'll always follow me. I'll follow them back. And then I'll tag them and stuff, post their stuff. I don't know these people from a can of paint, but if we all trying to win, why not? So I love the fact that we're all coming together, and it's a lot of unity. Like, and I'm very big on unity. I'm very big on us really coming together as just a Black community as well. It's just kind of, it's been so hard for us for what, the last 400 years. So at this point, it's like, God damn, like why not come together as a community and just really uplift one another? Like the people that I have in my life that are females, I really have just a special place in my heart for them, because it's very hard to come by good people. Let alone, you know, women, we're just, for some reason, we're trained that the next woman is our competitor, whether they look better, they're smarter, they dress better. It's like, why not embrace that? If I see somebody, oh, we get that jacket from sis. Okay, period. You look good. You know what I'm saying? I might go in there and see if I can buy me a little jacket or two. There's nothing wrong with uplifting people. You never know what people are going through. And that was one thing with me. Like, I have a large personality, so people never really think to check on the strong friend. And I think for me, like, I realized that sometimes I have to say, like, I need help. And that's a hard thing for me to say, because I was raised by a single Black mother who was very strong. I've never seen her fold. So it was kind of that thing where I never really saw her ask for help. Like, if people came along and they helped, good. But if they didn't, good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the persona that I got right there. So y'all funny in the comments. But yeah, so like with that, it's just more so like I took on that same, you know, those same characteristics. And I realized within my friendships that I felt like sometimes people weren't there for me. And this year, turning 30, like, I had to let go a lot of people that were just in my life benefiting off of me. I used to always say to people that, like, I didn't feel like a lot of my friends gave to me what I gave to them. I never felt like they were beneficial to a degree. You know, like, I never felt like I could call certain people and say, hey, this is what's going on with me, or, you know, what you doing today, or, you know, let's go hang out, whatever, and just have a breather. Like, I would keep everything inside and they would just spill everything on me. So I realized that if people are not providing to me what I'm providing to them, this is the year of reciprocation. So yes, if you're not giving to me what I'm giving to you, then you got to go. And, you know, for me, it's like, it's kind of hard because I really love people. When I love you, I love you. When I put you in my circle, you're in my circle. So it's hard to let go. But I realized that this year, like, if I'm not gaining nothing from you that much while you're with me, it's not going to be that hard to let you go. So, you know.
I love that we stumbled across this, because I was watching, I got my little stars trial, like,
period, me too.
have you seen Run the World?
I have not. What is it about?
Okay, so it's basically like a 2021 girlfriends, not to like downplay Run the World. It's actually like, I'm like really into it. So it's 4 Black women in their
I saw the preview. What is it called? Let me write that down. Give me a second.
Run the World, like, just like Beyonce.
Okay. I did. I think I took a screenshot of it, because when I see certain commercials come across either like my phone or Instagram or something, and it's like, you know, interesting, I'll click it, because I like to watch all Black films. No shade, but I like romance, Black romance. I like Black comedies. You know, we all Blakthoughtz, so yeah. I like Black.
Aside from Friends and like 90 Day Fiance, it's like everything's all Black in this house. Yeah. All Black entertainment.
Yeah. So I usually don't go and see anything else unless like somebody takes me to the movies and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool, you know. But I probably wouldn't watch this on my own.
So what you made me think of was, so I noticed there, so with the friendship between these with the 4 of them, and they showed like the basis of, so I'm not gonna give away a spoiler to where it came from. They all acknowledge that, like, when it's their time to feel and when it's their time to vent, it's their time, and no one else is allowed to interrupt. It's just like, hey, like, we're all friends, we're all allowed to be here for together. We all have to be here for each other. And so they have like a group chat, and they put like their own like emergency alert in the group chat. And then they link up, and then like it's that friend's time to get off whatever they're feeling, if they can vent about it. And then the rest of them are not allowed to interrupt. And like whenever like one's having like a personal moment, and there's like a scene where like one's having like a really personal meltdown at another one's birthday party. So she went to her. So the one that was having the meltdown, like went to the birthday girl to like vent And then she was like, "This is my birthday party."
Oh, ooh.
Like and then like the girl, she apologized. She was like, "Yeah, this is like your day, your moment." And she was like, "Yeah." It was like,
Yeah, like
emotionally, I can't do this right now, and I shouldn't have to.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Some people are like, I don't know. I want to say they miss their social cues. I don't know, but it's like, why do you not know that this is not okay? And now that you've already done it, you can't really take it back. And I think as humans, we have to realize that you kind of got to give people their time too. I'm about to start preaching because y'all know I get to but sometimes you got to give people their time to kind of process things and kind of move on from things. Like sometimes when people do apologize, they want immediate, they want that immediate gratification. Like, oh, they forgive me, it's over, it's done. But sometimes you got to let people process it, because now in the back of my head, I'm thinking, is she really my homegirl? Like, why would she do that? I would never do that to her. So why would she do that to me? And that's the way I think about things sometimes too when it comes to friendships. Because right now, like, my circle is like this. Like, we not doing no 5, 6 homegirls. It's no group chats. The group chats with me, my mom, and my sister. Like, I keep it very, short right now because I'm really working on myself and working on my own happiness in my business. And sometimes you really got to look at people like that. Like, I would never do that to you. Now, everybody's different. So everybody, people is going to be trial and error. But it's like, certain things is like,
Yeah.
You know when you're wrong. You know when you shouldn't have did that. You knew when you should have put that to the side. Because I know for me, it was a lot of times that I had friends that I went above and beyond for. Like, this stuff that I do not want to do. Like, I'm very much a homebody. I enjoy being home. And I remember I traveled probably like 2-3 hours, like in the middle of the night, because nobody showed up for her birthday, but it was just me. So I'm like, why not show up? And it was just crazy. Like, it was some crazy stuff that happened. Okay, I got some stories. And like, I really, didn't really take heed of what was going on and kind of what her environment was like. But later on within our friendship, it was little stuff she wouldn't do for me. And I'm like, sis, like, I'm going above and beyond for you, but you can't do these little things for me. Like, you can't be there for me as a friend. I'm venting to you. I'm telling you something. Like, if I vent to you, I really trust you, because I don't tell people my business. Like, me and my mother been thick as thieves. Like, she had me when she was 21, 22. So we've been best friends since I was born. So I tell everything to my mother. My mother knows everything about me. Hey, Mom. My mother knows that. She in the comments.
Oh, she's here?
Yeah, I see her in the comments.
I may not be able to see all the comments.
Yeah, but like, for me, it's like, I know that, I don't really have to have a group of people, because I can just confide in my mother and I'll be fine. No judgment type of zone. So yeah. I think for me, like, friendships are very important. So if I really vent to you and I'm really telling you how I feel about something, and the moment you get to talk, you start giving me a story of how you relate. It's like, I don't want to hear how you relate in this moment. Sometimes you just want to vent. Sometimes you just want to, like, get it off your chest. Or sometimes you do want to hear what somebody has to say, but you kind of got to gauge your friends. And I realized for me, even when I have conversations with my friends, I ask those questions. I'm like, do you just want to vent, or do you want my opinion? Because, like, I'm very careful. I'm very careful when I speak to my friends and give my opinion, because I never want to tell them what to do. Like, I have a strong personality. So, like, a lot of me be like, girl, like, get the butt, leave him alone. But then it's like, I know that, like, would I want somebody to tell me that in this moment if I was feeling this way? So I kind of, like, beg back when it comes to my opinion. Like, you really got to say, well, what do you think, for me to literally tell you what do I think? Like, I'll tell you how to, work on yourself and make sure that you're happy first and things of that nature. But I'm not going to directly comment on a situation unless you're asking me my opinion.
Yeah, that's actually very good that you ask if they want your opinion, or if they just want to vent. Because
but I learned trial through error, because people were doing it to me. And I was like, why the hell is she giving me her opinion? I don't care about what you think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I had to realize, like, maybe I'm doing the same thing they're doing. So let me do what I want somebody to do to me.
Yeah.
Or for me.
It helps you. It stops you from expending your own energy when it's unneeded. Because like, hey, if you're in a situation that, like, you may be stuck in, or like, hey, you just, like, I know. Like, let's say it's like a homegirl or a homeboy, and they're complaining about their significant other. I know you ain't leaving them. You just mad. You just annoyed. If you just want to vent, okay, cool, we'll stay here, we'll vent, and you can get that off your chest and like, hey, that may just solve the problem. But if you don't keep, eventually, like, I'm like, if you want my opinion and I'm feeling like this is a toxic situation and I want to tell you to leave, then like me having to say that, that's emotionally going to take a lot out of me. To give me that work of the nerves, just be like, hey, to give you that advice, like, hey, you should leave this person. And I can't keep doing that. Like, I was like, someone had posted on Instagram yesterday. It's like something that's going like viral right now. The girl's like, you have like, I think it's like you have like 2 times to come to me with that problem, and then after that, I don't want to hear it anymore. It's like I gave you my emotional energy, and you wasted it. And like you said, like you turned 30 this year. I turned 30 last year back in October. Damn it, I don't got a lot of energy anyway. But emotional energy, I need to keep that.
Right.
Like, and I said, like, and you also, like, you said your circle is getting like this. At this age, especially like when you're doing what you're doing, when you're going to like that next step in your life, not just your career, but in like your life, your circle is gonna get smaller, especially like when your mind is opening more and your goals are getting bigger. I was lamenting earlier about like how small my circle is. Like my girl went to the beach with like her friends today. It was like a little girls trip to the beach, and I was just like here chilling after work. And I'm just like, damn, like it's hot as shit out there. But I'm like, it's a nice day. But like all my friends are like busy. So like I have like, if I wanted to hang out, I don't really have anyone to call. Cause like I know all my friends are busy. But that's just like, that's how I want my circle to be. Is it's like all of my friends are busy. That's great. It's not like I don't have lazy friends. I don't have friends that are stressing me out. Like my circle, and that they're all working. My circle is small, but I'm motivated because all those people motivate me. I can look up to them. Most of them, like I like to keep people around me that I look up to. All my friends are working, so I want to work. Like if I went to work for a little bit today, and I was like, hey, like I hit you like, hey, like I have time to get this done today because I know I need content for Blakthoughtz to keep this going. And it's also like I said, it's Black Women Wednesday. Like I have to celebrate women today. Like it has to be like a routine. Like my friends are teaching me this. So like it's very important to have people in your circle that are gonna pour into you as much as you're pouring back into them.
I didn't have that. Like I didn't have people that I can look up to. I didn't have somebody where I'm like, dang, they're doing a thing. Like, let me go to her. You know, one person that I pride myself, but we're long distance. A lot of my friends are long distance. That's the thing. So like I moved from New York to Virginia. So like my friends are in New York. My friends are in Maryland. You know, they're not really in Virginia. Like even my college friends are like other places. So one friend that I really do have and I really do value, she's also my sorority sister, is my friend Mia, because like she was one person that she was doing things that I wanted to do. And that was inspiring because it was kind of like you surround people that's always asking you for advice or always asking you for this or asking you for that, but you can't really get the same from none. Like, and it doesn't even have to be anything financial, like no any type of financial gain, but more so just like conversation, just like intellect, just like to be able to have a conversation that's not surface level. And that's important to me. Like I'm an Aquarius, so like everything is like up here for me. Like mental stimulation is key for me. So I didn't have those type of friends. And you know, having a friend like Mia, she had already started her business. So I was able to contact her and kind of like bounce ideas off of her and kind of just be like, hey, well, how do you do this? And how do you find that type of thing? And that was like refreshing. Because if not, I will always have to go to like my significant other, like, okay, well, you own a whole bunch of businesses, but let me ask you, blah, blah, blah. And that was just kind of like the only person I really had. But it's kind of like when you start to like really see your friends doing it, you proud of them and you like, dang, I want to do what you're doing. And that's the type of people that I want to be around. I want to be around people where I'm like, girl, let me tell you what this vendor did. And they're like, vendor, what's the vendor? Like, you know, you gotta go through the whole thing versus like, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, girl, when I try to buy that bulk item, they try to charge me this and that. You know, we can kind of bounce ideas off of each other and share experiences. And that's what I really think I gained from, you know, running a small business is when you do have these pop-up shops, I meet so many beautiful people. And when I say that they show me so much support and I just watch them. Like I probably did like 2 or 3 pop-up shops. So I literally sit there, like when I'm selling stuff, whatever, if I'm not busy, I'll sit there and I'll just watch people. Like I remember the last pop-up shop I just did, like we really like cashed out. And like that was my first time doing that one. And it was like people around me like that was doing it all the time and they were making money too. But like I was really like cashing out. And I was really like, dang, this is a good opportunity. Why haven't I been doing more pop-up shops? Like, you know. So, but they were coming to me like, oh, so what's going on? Like, what you got over here? Like, I was getting people coming over to me like, what you selling and what's your website and how do you do, like, and asking me questions. And it was like, oh, wow. Like, you know, I'm new to this. I really just started my business February. So, like, for me, it was good to see that I was inspiring people as well with, you know, my marketing tactics. Because, like, I'm a people person to a degree. So I could sell water to, you know, a well. Like, that's just the type of person I am. But I do it
That best I in
organically.
you.
Yeah, I do it organically. Like, literally, I don't have to sit there and be like, well, this is $9.99. No, hey girl, what's up? I like your shirt. Where you get that shirt from? Come here, girl, let me show you what I like, you know, little stuff like that. But that's just my personality. And that's what works for me. And I think when people were seeing that, they were kind of like, okay, like she really coming in here and taking our money. But it wasn't like that for me. It was like I was buying their products too. I was posting their products. When I buy products at a pop-up shop, I don't care what experience I have from you. I'm gonna post that because I know you out here grinding just like me, you know?
Yeah. It's just I'll be thinking about rap lyrics and I can never think of who says it in that moment. This is like you can run with losers or run with winners and win. And I can't remember who said this. But it's just like you have
It
to
sounds
have,
very Jay-Z-ish.
it sounds, yeah, I feel like it is.
Sounds very Jigga-ish.
So it's just like you have to like surround yourself with people. Like if you want to win, you have to surround yourself with people that are gonna win. It's just like that's what especially like and get to like the point in life that you want to be at. That's what like I always pinpoint Jay-Z. Well, it may be a little unfair. I always credit Jay-Z's success to the level that it got to 2006 and forward, which is like especially with like the way that he thinks. I credit it to Beyonce because 2003, that's the blackout.
Mm-hmm.
No, so before that, so Blueprint 2 was when he had '03 Bonnie and Clyde on it. That was like fall, like Christmas time, 2002. That's because that's when like I mark years by music, and I know I bought that album for Christmas that year. So then, right after this, is when like their relationship goes public. That's when like he pops out with Beyonce and starts separating himself from the rest of Rockefeller,
Mm-hmm.
which is Dame Dash, Cameron, Dipset is there at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes off and eventually he does like the retirement tour after the blackout, comes back. He's with Def Jam for like 2 more albums and then starts Rock Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he gets away from the street music and starts talking more about life, about relationships. And then we get to like this last decade where he's talking about Black-owned businesses, Black people investing in art, the structure of like the structure of the Black family in America and across the world, African culture, and it's just that like he has like his wife by his side. It's just like she never really separated herself from Destiny's Child. She's one of her own. Like her girl, like Destiny's Child is literally like always with her.
Mm-hmm.
But you see like his partner, like how much like they upgraded each other when they got together, and he's separating them. Like I love Dame Dash, I love Dipset, but like you look at them, they're still in the hood kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time like Cameron posts, he's like in a bar somewhere, or he's like still in Harlem. It's like Jay-Z has said this like on Death of Auto-Tune, like I'm not hanging out in Project Hallways no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to get away from it. I'm pretty sure you get with Beyonce. You can't take Beyonce to you. Beyonce's not gonna come chill with you in Bed-Stuy. Now it's like a year. Like it was Friday night. Let's just go to Bed-Stuy. Like,
But I think you're hitting a good point there, and that's like your spouse motivating you and changing you for the better. I think that sometimes like you're just when we're exposed to a different type of lifestyle, a different type of, you know, way of living. I can say that for me. Like I credit my long-term relationship that I had for a lot because like I started when I was 23. So it was really a lot of stuff that like I was just really just getting into the world, learning and growing. And I felt like I really became a woman from that relationship. Like I became more confident. I understood so much more. Like I was exposed to like he had like 6 businesses when I got with him. I didn't even, and this was before like it was even a thing, like the pandemic made small businesses a real thing amongst,
Was he older?
Yeah, older. And like we connected on so many different levels, but I just felt like he helped me understand certain things. Like he would tell me certain things like about corporate America, and I'd be like, I'm a 23-year-old girl from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, that's dead wrong. Like that's my mentality. Like that's dead wrong. They can't do that. Da, da, da. Instead, he's like, nah, you got to play the game. Like you got to understand that. With corporate America, there's a game, and you're black, and I'm like, it doesn't matter if I'm black. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. Like, and he was like, that's just. That's beautiful, but you have to understand where you're standing and where you are right now. And I never really understood that. It took me a while to understand that, but like throughout that relationship, just being exposed to so much, like it helped me grow so much, and it helped me get to know myself more. Like it helped me become more of who I'm supposed to be. Like I don't think I would necessarily be where I am on such a mental level if I didn't have, that type of experience, that type of, emotional, intellectual, and just spiritual growth. And I think that your partner who you're with plays a huge role in where you're gonna go. Because like I remember Dirk, like Dirk is one of my favorite rappers. And he was basically saying like India changed him. He was like, he used to hang out with his homeboys all the time. There'd be like 50 dudes in the house, they playing the game. And she said she would always just come in the crib like, why you always on some little boy shit? He was like, what? And he was like, why is it 50 dudes here if I'm coming here? So I think that, if you get the right spouse, they'll help you elevate, they'll help you grow. Some people fight it. They'll be like, oh, we're just not compatible because they don't want to change, and that's fine too. But then you'll find those people that's ready to be rotted out with you, that's ready to grow and that's ready to learn. And if you take on that challenge, you'll be the best. It'll be for the better. So I definitely believe your spouse plays a role. And I know that, they'll say like woman is like the backbone of a man, but I also think a man is the backbone of a woman. Like I don't take that from, a man, because I feel like I am a girly girl. Like I don't like to take out the trash. I don't like to build nothing. I don't, like, certain things I just believe that a man should do. Like finances, I'm into the 50-50 to be honest. And people might kill me. They might be like, why? Da, da, da. Like I've never had to experience a 50-50 situation, but I'm not opposed to doing my shit. Like, yeah, you're not going to take me out on 50 dates and I don't take you out on at least 15. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that. I'm a very give and take kind of person. So, yeah, I just think that, a man is a great component for a woman, the right man. And I think the right woman is a great component for a man.
Yes, because you need the right man. The same thing, you will need the right woman as well.
Listen.
Yeah. I believe like it's not just like the man is just the woman's backbone. It does, like you said, it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. And I think that we need to, as black people, we need to start appreciating each other. Like, yeah. Yes, I do believe that the black woman is the most disrespected person in America. I do believe that. But look to your left and that black man is right beside you.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, that black man is right beside you. So I think that just as a community, we just really need to uplift and love one another. I'm very much on the Carrie Hilson, my soulmate is black vibe. I'm 100% on that. I don't have anything against any other race or anything like that. But for me, that's just where I'm at too. So
I appreciate you because I forgot to buy that shirt.
Yeah.
I was in the
it's
gym.
A vibe.
I was in the gym and like I just was like I was on like a treadmill, but I don't know how I ended up on Instagram. But I saw it and I stopped what I was doing so I could start buying it. But then like the payment was like messing up, and I was just like, I should get back to my workout. And I just did it, and I forgot all about it until you just brought it back up. But I do want that shirt.
Listen, it's a vibe, and I don't know why people took offense to that. Everybody's entitled to like what you. Cause I'm all about interracial love, white on white, Asian on Asian. I don't care what you like, but my soulmate is black, baby.
Yes.
My black ass. Someone.
I get so much from social media, I just can't remember it. I don't know where I got this from. It might have been like Twitter, but it was a black dude. He was like, marrying a woman that can't say nigga don't sound right to me.
Listen, listen.
Like,
because I would be like, nigga.
yeah, like,
nigga.
I don't have to be like, because I was like, because my girl's black. She don't say it either. It's just be like, and I know she don't like it when I say it, but it's just times where like, it's just me, man.
Like, bro.
Yeah. Like, it's like notion abs. Like, it's just,
bro, like,
in there.
I'm very much like, you know, like, and my grandpa, he was, his dad was a white Irish man, you know, Caribbean. We all mixed up together. Yeah. So a white Irish man, and his mom was a black woman. And my grandmother, her parents were black. So my grandfather definitely told me like the complexities and the advantages that he had for having lighter skin and his dad being white, like how when his dad was alive, he got a lot of privileges and a lot of special treatment, a lot of advantage. But when his dad died and he just had a black mom, he experienced both. So we never really had like a race thing in our household. That was never a thing. You know, like people, it was weird as a kid. People were like, who that white guy picking you up? Like, and I used to whip people ass for talking about my granddaddy. Like, because it was just like, as a kid, I'm not thinking like, he's just light skinned, you know, but kids, you know, they're ignorant. They don't know. So they're just like, oh, who's that white man picking you up? And I'm like, hold on now. Like, you know, watch your mouth. Don't talk about my grandfather whatsoever. And they used to get real crazy because it's just like, you don't really realize those things, but people are exposed to different things. So as a kid, I never was exposed to like race, and you know, it wasn't until probably I got like into like the 6th grade that type of conversation started to come around me, and I started to realize certain things. Because I'll be cool with everybody. Like I used to go to acting school and stuff, so I was around everybody. Dance school, like ballet. I'm like the only black girl there, and I don't even think about that. You know, like now thinking back at it, I'm like, yo, my mother had me at these dance schools, and I was literally the only little black girl there doing ballet. But at that time, I didn't feel like that. Like everybody welcomed me. We're all kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but just kind of thinking about those different things just as a kid, like you don't realize. And race is not a thing for me as far as like who you love. If you love this person, you love this person. Be happy. We only live one life, you know, unless you believe in reincarnation. But don't judge me for who I love. If I say that, you know, I want my soulmate is black, then my man is black. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you say your soulmate is white, I don't care. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the Lil Nas X thing where everybody was just going crazy over. I'm like, this man, like a boy, he want to kiss a boy. So what? It's not that serious. That don't have nothing to do with you.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if you're bothered, that's triggering something within yourself. Because that don't have nothing to do with you.
Yeah. I think Lil Nas X is hilarious. He's already
does it for the entertainment, for the headlines, for the, you know, like, he's a character within himself.
He's already come out and said, like, hey, during my entire childhood, I was shamed for simply being myself, and I hid it. So now I'm going to unapologetically, publicly, just be myself and do what I want to do. And if people get mad, it's just like, well, okay.
It's crazy. And remember when we were in high school, Faye was the first person, I was the first person she came out to. And she was like, oh, like, I really got to tell you something. She just kept saying, I really got to tell you. But I'm like, you know me. I'm like, what, girl? Like, just say it. Like, and she was like, I'm gay. And I was like, okay, be gay then. You know, like, and she wasn't really expecting that. She was like, so you still want to be my friend? We were in 9th grade. We were like 15, 16. I'm like, girl, I don't care. I'm like, as long as you know that I don't like girls, we good. And that was that. And I never realized how pivotal that moment was for her, like until she brought it back up to me as like us being adults. And she was like, you're the first person I came out to. I didn't really think it was that serious, you know, because like, thank you, cousin.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Like,
so I didn't really think that like it was a big deal, but looking back at it, it was like as a kid not being accepted. It was people that she like when she did come out to in high school. It was people that really kind of talked down on her and stuff like that. So you kind of really realize like, damn, that was something big and pivotal for her because she didn't express that to anybody. I was like one of the first people, so it was kind of dope. And I think that, you know, people have to realize too, and I'll definitely raise my case like that, that everybody doesn't receive love at home. So you got to make sure that as a friend, you're providing that for them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. I had like the same experience like with one of my friends, my tag partner in wrestling. He texted me. It's like, oh, like very like humdrum, like, hey, you know, I got something to tell you. And I'm still listening, and he told me he was bisexual. And I'm just like, cool, that's great, man.
Yeah, like it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why somebody else's life will affect you that much. Like it's
like,
weird to me.
Yeah. I get why he came to me like that. Because like you said, like she had people that talk down to her. It's just like you don't know how everyone's gonna react. So him comes like it may have changed the dynamic of our friendship. Or
Yeah,
like,
true.
For me, it's like, yo, like, nah, like I got you. Like,
right.
Like we're cool. And it was like a couple of days like after this, he was telling me about like someone he hooked up with, and it took me like a couple of minutes to realize he was talking about a guy.
A dude, yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right.
What's crazy is like, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like I grew up in like a non-judgmental household. Like my mother, like she's very open. Like, so like I could tell her anything, you know what I'm saying? So like, I never really was that judgmental friend because I've always had that outlet, you know? So I never really felt like I have to worry about other people's business. Now, do people worry about me? Yes, they do. And I don't know why, because I don't worry about them. But it always baffles me, like, why somebody else's life has that much of an influence on you if you're not directly affected. You know, like, just be happy. Yeah. Like, life is short. Enjoy the people that love up on you, and the people that don't, just, you know, keep your distance. As long as they don't, you know, physically attack you or disrespect you to the point that you feel like you got to cross the line, leave them alone. Life is really short, like, and I really learned that because, like, you know, the old me that was out there, you know, he's a little wild, but I was a little wild. Like, you say something to me, I'm like, you know, but I had to grow out of that because I had to realize, like, that was the lack of control of my own emotions. I'm fighting you because I don't like what you say, but at the same time, it's like, period. Just don't let them disturb your peace. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments, but like for me, it's just like I had to realize that I had a lack of control of my own emotions because why is what this person's saying really affecting me? Because it could be little stuff. I was out there fighting for the littlest stuff, and I had to realize like they're not affecting my money. They're not affecting my livelihood. They're not dealing with my, you know, they're not attacking my family or nothing like that. So why am I allowing somebody else to affect my emotions? And I kind of still battle with that to this day because disrespect is a big thing for me. So for me, it's kind of like I always have to battle with the old me versus the new me. Because it's like when you grow, you got to realize that you have a lot to lose. And I had a recent experience. Like I went to New Orleans and I had a phenomenal time. And I went with a friend, like, we were friends for, like, since college. So, like, well, that would be, like, 11, 12 years. And she really just, like, lashed out at me for something crazy, like, that didn't have nothing to do with me. And I had to realize that, you know, certain people can't be around you. You know, like, and she did, like, little stuff. Like, that was just crazy, like, little comments. And it was like, I was helping her, like, build her brand, build her business, because she would always say, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. She would literally come to me and ask me to help her with stuff, and I would do it. But at that moment, I realized that, one, if you met on vacation, you don't need to be around me, because I'm out here to have a good time. But, like, it's getting weird. But also, I realized that those type of people don't need to be around me, because years don't mean nothing. It's the people that's around you that support you, that have good energy. Because like this person would have made me risk everything that I was working so hard for in a whole nother state, you know, possibly because they're triggering me or, you know, physically trying to attack me, literally. Like, you're my friend for years. And that's one thing I don't play. We're friends. I don't get physical with my friends. Like, that's just a no-no. It's like, it's a no-no. Like, it's just a no-no for me. So it's just like, I had to let that situation go, but that really opened my eyes, and everybody's around me was like, she's just jealous of you, you're doing well. And she did something that kind of stood out to me. She purchased like pajamas and a bonnet for me, which is, you know, which is nice and supportive. But when we got into it and, you know, I was just like, I washed my hands with her, she left the items that she purchased in the hotel room. And it was kind of weird to me because I'm just like, did she want a reaction out of me? What was it? But then I realized that it was more so like what people was, you know, pointing out to me was like, that was a sign. That was like she like, because why would you leave something that you paid for? You know what I'm saying? Like you already purchased it. So it was kind of something embedded with her, and I don't know if it was something that she felt like she wasn't where I was, but my thing is like I feel like you probably elevated in an area that I may not have elevated in. You know what I'm saying? So why not uplift each other? But I realized that those type of mean spirited people you can't have around you, because you it's gonna rub up on you. Because like I had to really battle with my old self and the person I was trying to be, and I really conducted myself in a way that I was proud of. But at the same time, I said, why do you want liabilities around you? You know what I'm saying? Why do you want people that can make you literally risk everything that you work hard for? For what? So at that moment, I had to realize, like, what are these people bringing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked so hard on the friendships I've had for so long because I've had history with them. But I realized time doesn't mean anything, because I've got people around me that I knew for a short amount of time that showed me more loyalty, that has shown me more love, that has shown me more understanding than these people have. So, you know, it's time. You know, friendships have expiration dates, and I've been learning that as well. And I think that just comes with attachment issues too with me. Like I said, like I really don't allow people in my space. So when I do, I love and I love hard. But I realize that you just gotta let people go, and time is going to heal everything. You know what I'm saying? And if a person is willing to make you risk everything that you work hard for stupidity, you know what I'm saying? Why do you need those type of people around you? So I feel like I'm learning lessons every day, and I feel like I've learned the most, I swear to God. And I've just been in my house quarantined. I really didn't do too much. I've really been quarantined here majority by myself, but I feel like I've learned the most since 2020, since quarantine started, COVID started. I've learned so much about myself, so much about my circle, so much about my spirituality, so much about my relationships with people, to the point where it's just like, you know, obviously COVID was devastating for so many people, but for me, it was really that push and that just aha moment, because I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for what I've experienced within this time frame with, you know, just having to sit with yourself, because you literally have to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
Like you really got to face yourself, and you got to realize, like, is this making me happy? Why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this positive? And you know, every day is not going to be a good day, but it made me sit with myself. It made me look at myself in the mirror and be like, all right, you got to change this. You need to change this. Not only with, you know, just other people, but it was stuff within myself that I just did not like. You know, so
Yeah.
it just happened. But I've gotten some bad news to share.
Oh, that's my boy. He's probably gonna share a joke or something.
Oh, okay, my boy, you have me nervous, my boy.
No.
Right, everybody cannot go with you. That's a fact. I say this all the time. I say everybody can't go. And you know, for me, I know that God does not play about me, because I've been in so many different situations where it could have went left, but it didn't. And you know, I just really appreciate the experiences that I've grown into, because, you know, I'm gonna soon start my own family, like, you know, within the next year or so. So I want to make sure that I'm giving my kids these life lessons, and I'm, you know, even half as good of a mother as my mother was to me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with me experiencing these things, this is helping me get to a new level and being able to give my kids these experiences, like, because they're gonna know their mommy was dope. You know, it's dope, will be dope. I'm not lying. Listen, I'm so serious. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I'm ready. You know, I'm 30, you know, and I just feel like it's about time for, you know, me to, you know, reproduce, you know, and me to, like, start my own thing. Like, I want to start my own traditions. I want to, you know, grow with somebody and really just be like a power couple and have a little power baby. And, you know, it just might be one.
No power baby.
Yeah, you know, at the one, you know, depending on how the first one go, it might be two. But if the first one is iffy, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't. You know, these kids don't listen. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like for me, it's about, you know, just growth and being better. And like, do I want my kids to know that I'm in New Orleans and somebody trying to attack me for no reason? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like this type of people I want to, you know, this type of experience I want my kids to see, because I remember everything since I was 3 years old. So I remember everything, like to the point where some things I wish I did remember type situation. So I think kids are very impressionable and you got to watch what you have around them. So I want to make sure I got solid individuals around me and my children, you know?
Yeah. So this actually like parlayed itself into a very, very beautiful episode of
Orizzle, what do you got to say, Orizzle?
Just leave him.
You got to see it through, my boy. Like, just like TikTok.
So, like I'm saying, this was a great episode of Black Women Wednesday. You dropped a lot of jewels here, and we talked about like camaraderie, sisterhood, having winners in your circle, life, the next steps in life as an adult, as a woman. Lovely. So that was amazing. But so we are moving on now to Black Business Initiative. Because we are here to celebrate you and give you your flowers. We're also here to celebrate your hustle.
Listen.
So, tell us about Astor Clothing.
All right, so Astor Clothing derived from like I said, I don't play, but my grandfather. And RIP to your dog, RIP to Snoop Dogg. You feel me? So
RIP to your dog. So I'm sorry for your loss, alright?
Yeah. Are you serious? Is he trolling? I
don't know. Just move on.
All right. You got to see it through, my boy. So Astor Clothing derived from my granddad. His middle name is Astor. So I wanted to do something to, commemorate him. This idea came to me actually during quarantine. So I went to my degrees in entrepreneurship business management. So I always wanted to, run a business. Originally, it was going to be a record label. Had a business plan and everything for it, but like when you got out of college, real life hits you. So I had so many different jobs and different things career wise. So kind of put that on the back burner, and I really wasn't thinking about like like what I wanted to really do. So I always wanted to own a restaurant, and I wanted to open a hair salon too. This was like most recently, and I'm still kind of thinking about that. So stay tuned. But as far as the clothing, I was thinking about like us not really getting dressed. And one thing about me, I love to get dressed. Like people always say that I always overdress at work, or I always get best dressed at work. I just like to look nice. I like to present myself well. So I realized that we were all just dressing down. We didn't really get a chance to, look nice. We were wearing either pajamas or sweat clothes. So one day I was literally like, how dope would it be if like we had Zodiac pajamas? And I was really in here with like these two girls that I was cool with. And I was just speaking about it. And I was like, what if we had like silk pajamas and it had like the Zodiac sign on it? So like, they were like, oh yeah, that's cool. Da, da, da. So I talked about this. This was like March of 2020, like right when we got sent home. And it wasn't until like September of 2020 that I really was like, let me really do this. Cause like I had sketches, I have a book right here. I had sketches in it, a whole bunch of ideas, but I really didn't know how to bring, my dreams to fruition. Like I really didn't know what was the first step. Hey Sly, I didn't know what was the first step, or, how to actually get to the next level. So for me, like I said, it was tapping in with those people like Sly, like Mia, that had successful businesses that kind of knew where to go to find this, or, how to find a vendor and what to look for, things of that nature. And thank God for YouTube. I say this all the time. If you want to know anything, just go on YouTube. I dyed my hair for YouTube. So I used my resources and I went and I just, really, it was a lot of trial and error. Trust me, I still have the original pajamas, like of when I first came. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. And it really worked through it, So it took a moment. I got my LLC in December, and I literally right before my launch, I had got a sample of a pajama that I love, which is this one right here that I loved. And it was right before my launch, and I had to be honest. Like I had ordered like 96 pajamas, and I had to be honest. Like I was like, they're not gonna come in time because I tried to do a rush order, but it was Chinese New Year, and I was like, I'm gonna launch it, with the bonnets, but I'd rather have y'all have quality pajamas in the next 2 to 3 weeks, than me present these type of pajamas that I had. So That's kind of pretty much, a long-winded
Yeah.
summary of, how it, came about. So
There you go. And just for everyone out there that's watching, that's listening, we don't front about supporting Black businesses here. I also don't front about supporting my friends. I have purchased a pair. Well,
sure did.
A set of the pajamas. Not obviously not for myself, even though I would look good in silk. Got a pair for Ashay the EP. She looks wonderful in it. Obviously, y'all know how I feel about my girl and what she wears. I love my queen, and also just like little sidebar, customer service is amazing at Astor Clothing. This young woman right here, Alysha, made sure I got the right size for my girl, because our Black women, our queens, are, well, not our, the bodies are come in all different shapes and sizes. We have our
Hey Ashley.
we have our Coil Rays, we have our we have our Lizzos, we have our Lottos, we have our Meg the Stallions. Many different sizes. She made sure I got the right size, because y'all see how I'll be drooling when I post pictures of my girl. Like proportions. But my good sis made sure I got the right thing for her, and it fits perfectly. So I appreciate you for that. I thank you for that.
No problem. It's definitely my pleasure. I think customer service goes a long way. I just treat people how I would like to be treated when it comes down to anything, but let alone business. I think especially it's important to me for all my customers, not just the people that I know, but people that I don't know. This is your first impression of me in the business world. You may, like I said, we've known each other for over almost 2 decades, but at the same time, like, you don't know me professionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your first experience with me professionally.
Yeah.
So I never want my customers to feel like I'm not accessible, because I am. Like, yes, I do work a corporate job. I work 11 to 8, but at the same time, I'll answer DM, I'll answer a message. Like, I don't have a problem communicating, especially if it's going to be beneficial for my customer, not just me. I'm not all about a dollar. Like, it was people that wanted, my sizes go to an extra large, and she was like, well, I'm gonna get an extra large, and I was like, to be honest, that's not gonna, that wouldn't work for you, and I don't want you to purchase something that you're not gonna be able to wear, and that's when we got into different things, and I was like, well, maybe the bonnet may fit you, let's find an alternative route. But I just think that I'm honest. Like, I could have made a quick $30, $35 off of the pajamas, but would my customer have been satisfied? Like, I had the knowledge to know that this would not have fit her the right way. So why would I not tell her that? So I'm just big on honesty, and like, I want to make sure that my customers is getting their stuff and that my stuff is mailed efficiently. So I live 7 minutes from the post office. So when the order comes in, I'm usually, rushing on my break or rushing on my lunch to go mail it off, because I don't like waiting for stuff. I'm waiting for packages right now, and I don't like it. So I want to make sure if I can get it out, then I'm gonna get it out.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was definitely mailed like the next day.
Yeah, like I wrote you, like, I know we was on Facebook talking about something else, like, hey, you got your package?
Yeah, and it wasn't even like, I think like it was like in the middle of the night, like I hit her up when I bought it, and like by 3 p.m. the next, it might have been like the same day, just like 12 hours different. It was already mailed out.
Yeah.
So like,
it's crazy, because that definitely was a 2:00 a.m. transaction.
Yeah, it really was.
It definitely was.
I just be at the gym. It's like down the street. And like, so you talk about sizes, like definitely it was that, because like I was just like, she like, even as like as Black women, like even if you're like petite, you can be on the more voluptuous size. Mm-hmm. So she usually wears like a small or an extra small, but then like I'm honestly, like, as a man, I'm confused about women's clothes, because like shit always look like the wild small to me. It's just fit. but you made sure that I got a medium. And
yeah, because you sent me the picture. I'm like, oh yeah, she's slim, thick. Get her a little bit, she be good.
if I had got if I would have got the small, like it
would have been fitted.
It wouldn't have fit the way that she liked it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I would have loved it, but for her it's actually perfect. She actually loves it. She wears it like all the time. I appreciate it. I wish I'd moved out of New York by now, but I live in like Williamsburg, and I have like a washer dryer here. Mm-hmm. It stays washed, so like goes right back on.
And people always ask me this, and I'm gonna put this on my Instagram too, and I'm gonna add this to my site. But I usually just answer it individually, because I always keep in contact with my customers. I'll hit them up like, "How you like it?" Stuff like that. So we talk about like the maintenance and the care. Like I come from a household with my mother. She wash and she air dry everything. Like she'll wash it and then she wants to air dry it because she's scared it's going to shrink because the material, whatever the case may be. I personally prefer to air dry the pajamas. Like I've dried them, I've air dried them. Same result to me, but I kind of like it when it's air dried. So that's just my preference. For people that's watching, people that ask me, air dry your PJs.
Yeah, I was never like officially taught like how to do laundry. Something like you. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you remember now. Like my mom's disabled. She's been disabled like my whole life. So like once I hit like a teenager, there was like certain things I just had to like figure out on my own. I've destroyed a bunch of clothes in the last like 17 years. It was like one time I was like 15, I was in the laundromat, and of course, Black woman. She just knew. She just looked at me and just knew I had no idea what I was doing. So she just took over for me, and I was like, "Thank you."
I do that in a grocery store. Like when men come in and they look super confused, because I love to cook, so I'm always in a grocery store, like literally every day. And like men will come in there with their sons or whatever, and they'll have a list and they'll look so confused. And I'm like, it's right there, and it's right there, and go right there. And I literally help people shop all the time, so I understand.
Is that like it's not that nurturing spirit that just like Black women have? It's like knowledgeable, and it's appreciated from us on this side.
Well, that's good to know.
The world needs to appreciate it more.
Right.
There you go. So since you are a fairly new business owner, as you said, like you launched in February, right?
Yes.
Seeing as like you are a very hardworking hustler, hardworking queen, corporate job 11 to 8, running your own business.
Listen, I'm surprised I still got edges left.
Yeah. Well, you do protect your hair with your
listen,
folding bonnet. There we go.
Listen, I'll protect you with the bonnet. Great plug.
So since life is hectic in general, running your business, what does a typical day look like for you?
Just business wise or like just a regular day?
Business wise, regular mix.
Business wise, my day is always surprisingly hectic. It's usually like I wake up, I always have some type of messages or DM. Like for some reason, I don't know how people find me. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. But people will randomly just write me like, hey, I saw this here, or my cousin brought something from you, or they'll just have random questions. Like, so and that's one thing. Even if you're not purchasing at that moment, you could be a potential yeah, like you could be a potential customer. So I still make sure that I give you a great experience. So like I'm answering questions for people, just making sure that, if I do get a sale within that day, because I think that's something important too, as a small business owner. Like the goal, you definitely want to sell every day, but every day realistically, you're not selling. Like it's some days that you're just not getting any type of, sales, and that's okay too. But the days that you do get sales, it motivates you to go even harder. So why's my screen?
You're frozen now.
Yeah, it kept going black. Okay. But yeah, so basically, like for me, like once I, handle my business or whatever, I go to work. Once I go to work, like I'll check, my messages, my emails and stuff throughout the day. And I'm just always thinking, like I'm always looking for different things and like to add to my site. Like I'm always looking at different merchandise to add, comparing what the profit would be, what I would need to invest, things of that nature. So my mind is always going, and I'm an overthinker. So it's like all day, nonstop. Like, but for me, I think that, some of my best times are like when I am doing my pop-up shops, because literally I'll work a full week and then I'll go in that Saturday and I'll, do my pop-up shops, which is super hectic, but a great learning experience. I encourage everybody who owns a business to at least do one pop-up shop. I think that your perspective, your clientele will change drastically. Like, I just think it's amazing. So always busy, but at the same time, I'm grateful. Because it could be people that is not checking for my stuff, people that don't like my stuff. And I've gotten nothing but positive reviews, nothing but like great feedback about the quality of my items, about, you know, just like my customer service and things of that nature. And I'm appreciative of it. I really am, because people don't have to rock with me. You guys don't have to, you know, buy from me. Like, there's so many people out there, but I appreciate the support, and I just appreciate any type of feedback, whether it be just, hey, work on this or do this or post more or go live more, do more reels. Like, those type of things are like great feedback. I love any type of feedback. So, but yeah, busy. My life is busy, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, I'm happy that you, it was like feedback helps, especially it helps small businesses grow.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, cause it's not like I don't have like, it's not like Big Core, it's not like a Target, it's not like Macy's where I have like ad money where like I'm plastered all over the city. Like you see these commercials on TV. I have to leave like the lasting impression on just about like not just every customer, but like as you said, like every person that you interact with.
Yeah.
And it goes a very long way, and that feedback helps you grow.
Yeah.
It's like everyone loves to, like, you know, have the ass kissed, told that, and be told that they're doing great. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, I need to know that. Or if I could be doing something exponentially better, I need to know that. So I can miss all these, so I can get all these blind spots that I'm just missing.
Yep. And that's what my circle is for too. Having a great circle that plays a huge part, because like my sister, my mother, they don't cut no cards. Like my friends, they don't cut no cards with me. Like, they don't tell me, like, if I'm like, what y'all think? They're like, no. Like, it's not like, it's like, no, or work on this or do this or take this picture over, whatever it may be. So I think that's a benefit of having a great circle, and being open to feedback. Constructive criticism goes a long way. So be open to feedback. Don't be so defensive, because, you know, it'll help you in the long run if it's constructive criticism.
Yeah, like a lot of people, people get defensive. I can say maybe understandably so, but it's also about it's about self-reflection. Like, you are missing something, and if you are at a point where, like, hey, you're not at the point where you're able to see it yourself and like help yourself, like, let someone tell you, and like be open to this. My brother Wilkins from the Jabba Taste podcast from 2.5 Bros, Coffee Talk here on IG. He did this for me a couple weeks ago. We went to the gym a couple weeks back. Like, I slacked on content for like a while here at Blakthoughtz, and he hit me up to buy a t-shirt. I hadn't even been pumping that I was selling Blakthoughtz t-shirts for a while. But he was just like, yeah, like, I'm buying stuff from Blak podcast. Bought the t-shirt, wore it on his podcast, promoted it. I still wasn't even like doing like my own content for like a little while here. And then we were at the gym, and like one of our other boys works at the gym, so he asked me about it. And then Wilkins was like, yeah, he was just like, yeah, you've been slacking, nigga. Just like that. Yeah. And he's like, yo, like, I bought the shirt, I'm wearing it, I'm telling people to watch your stuff. You ain't putting nothing out. Like,
right.
Yeah, and it's like just to have, like, and that's like my brother. That's like, as you have Mia, that was like my man's right there. Like, because he has like several podcasts. Still working on his grind. He runs events and everything. He's only like 2 years older than me. But like, and like my other brother, Big Haas, Jason, who like helped us like with like equipment. Like, he's always there. Like when I got call. That was like the first people that like I spoke to when I was just like, I want to do this. And like, straight up, I'm like, they already have like their own stuff going and are already doing like very well. They could have just been like, well, you know, you'll get there, you'll be all right. Nah, there's like, yeah, you know, you need anything, just call me.
Right.
There's always that one's like, you need like that. Like the same way like you have like your mom, your sister.
Support.
I got my brothers right there.
Yep, support system. I literally just sent out a group text today, and I'm like, to them, and I'm like, hey, should I drop this or should I drop that? And it was like split reviews, but like, you know, they'll tell me why they think I should drop it or what they like about it, what they don't like about it, stuff like that. So, well, my screen keep going black. I think my phone is almost dying. I think that's why it keeps going black. I gotta keep touching it.
Is your charger?
Can I charge it while it's on a ring light? I don't think the cord is that long.
Oh, I don't know. I have like one of those 6-foot cords, so.
Yeah, I don't.
So, yeah. So far in your journey, what is the best part of being the owner of Astor Clothing so far? Out of everything.
It being mine. Like,
there we go.
No, literally, like,
Yeah.
it being mine, like, nobody can't take this away from me. Like, I built this from the ground up. Like, I got it out the mud. Like, I literally did this on my own, you know, obviously with the help of others and, you know, stuff, but solely, you know, majority on my own. So it's something that like I can really be proud of, that I can really say, you know, this is mine and I work hard for this and I'm proud of it. You know, it's successful. And, you know, when you see literally you risk, like I've invested thousands, like just, it's crazy because people don't realize the littlest things add up. It's crazy, like to the point where you're looking back like, how the hell did I spend almost $5,000 and I had not sold one item yet? So it's one of those type of things. But when you see, you know, people actually gravitating towards your brand and really embracing you, like you really feel like you made it. Like even if you haven't made all your profits back, you realize like, damn, I'm doing something right, and that's worth something.
That's so what lessons have you learned?
To be patient. I lack in patience. So to be patient, to be open, you know, to new ideas and different ways of doing things. And I would say to be careful. I think that, you know, one thing I do want to speak about is people taking advantage of the fact that small Black businesses are on a rise and people host these pop-up shops and they, you know, they pretty much take advantage of us because one, we have to pay you to be present with our merchandise. And then certain setups, I've had a horrible experience with a pop-up shop where the setup, they had me in the back of a corner, like literally totally separate from the whole pop-up shop. Like nobody was even coming on this side. Like it was just a horrible experience and nothing was together, nothing was organized. And you know, I really, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit because I'm like, damn, when I took a chance on you, you know, and I don't even know you like that, but you know, you were posting that you were hosting a pop-up, so I said, why not, you know, bring my merchandise here and we can collaborate. So I think it's just like important to be careful and realize people that, you know, have genuine intentions. And that taught me to ask questions, you know, to really kind of gauge, because you can't always think that people have the same heart as you. So yeah, that was like a learning lesson, but it also made me realize like, you know, to take your time and not rush, you know, ask questions, see if it's beneficial to you, and understand that every opportunity is not the right one for you. So, you know, that may have been beneficial for somebody else in that situation, but for me and where I was and the quality of products that I was bringing, that just wasn't a situation for me. So, you know, a lesson learned, but understood at the same time, like, you know, make sure that people have positive intentions. Like, to me, his goal was to definitely make money off of the small businesses, but I don't think he would, you know, the thought process was for him to have us make money as well and be successful. You know, he was just thinking about his own brand and stuff. Whereas I had a great experience with a pop-up shop, and I'm doing another pop-up with them where like in one day we almost hit 1,000, you know, just in profits alone. So it was a nonstop day. Like I couldn't even go use the restroom, like literally, like that's how much we were selling. And it was as a collective. It wasn't just me by myself. It was as a collective we were all selling. So I just think, just definitely do your research and just be cautious and understand that, you know, some things you're too good for, and it's okay. And it's okay. So that's what I would say.
So you touched on patience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I relate to that. Like I struggle with being patient as well. I'd like instant gratification on damn near everything, but like it's damn near impossible. Mm-hmm. And then the things that you do get instant gratification on are fleeting. So if you want something like long term, you're gonna have to be willing to be in it long term. even with this, with like the podcast, I got it from Kevin on Stage. Shout outs to Kevin on Stage, Kevin on Stage Studios, Black owned. I love it. I don't remember where he got it from, but he was like reading something or watching something where the question was asked was like, I think like someone had asked him if they should like take the leap and start a podcast or not.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it was like, if you want to do it, but you have to be willing to do 100 episodes and have no one listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dedication that you need to have. Mm-hmm. If you want to do this and you want it to be successful, you have to be in this for the long run. You have to be willing to take the blows. You have to be willing to take the lows, because like once you take those lows, like the highs will be way much sweeter.
Very true. Agreed.
So I love that you touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because I do see like you were like pop-ups like damn it like every weekend for like a little while there.
Yeah, definitely just trying to get my brand out there, because like at first I'm like, why the hell I don't got 600 followers? Or you know, like I was really like, you know, and it was like, girl, you just launched 3 weeks ago, calm down. So I really had to like really sit with the idea of like slow and steady wins the race. And it was times that I really had like extremely big weeks. And there was some times that I probably sold like in a week, I probably sold like 2 or 3 items. So you have to be prepared for those big weeks, and you got to be prepared for those weeks where you're not necessarily selling what you want to sell. And that really humbled me, and that really helped me understand that you got to appreciate where you are in the grind so that you'll have a story to tell. If I came out the gate with 10,000 followers and was selling everything and sold out, where's my triumph story? Where's my, where is my momentum, my moment where I'm like, oh, this is when the light bulb went off for me, or this is when I catapulted. It's like you miss those things, and that's why I use the term "got it out the mud," because I feel like right now I'm still in the mud. I'm still grinding. I'm still growing. I'm still elevating. But I feel like when I do get to the point where I can reflect, like, wow, just a year ago I was this and this. Like on my 1-year anniversary, like people always ask me why I take pictures and videos and stuff of little stuff. It could just be me unboxing stuff, or packaging stuff, or driving to the post office. And it's like, because I want to be able to reflect on these times and really look at where I came from, and where I'm going, and where I want to be in the future. So, yep.
Yeah, that's what like I don't like really approve it, but like I get it when like there are like some parents that like they want for their child to struggle the way that they did. I believe some people take it too far.
Definitely.
But I get it, because it's basically like if everything like if I popped off with like 2,000 followers and there's 2,000 views and 2,000 listens on every episode, and I get it that easy, I would, being honest with myself, I would think everything's easy after that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to set myself up for failure, because like, I'm not going to prepare myself for the struggles that are going to come. Because when you do it, like whenever you're taking the leap or taking a chance on yourself with whatever it is, the struggles are going to come, especially with owning a business. Mm-hmm.
Very true. It's just how you handle those situations and how you overcome those type of situations. So I always say be humble at all times, because as easy as it's given to you, as easy as it can be taken away from you.
Yeah. What struggles have you had to overcome running Astor Clothing?
Like the example I just gave, horrible pop-up shops, like this horrible business experiences, not getting the results you want from the vendors and the merchants, literally learning how to bargain. Because like you really you're going into a business meeting every time you have a conversation with the vendor, every time you're trying to get merchandise, like just trying to get a deal on a sample, because it's going to charge you about almost they can range from $30 to $70 just to get one item from China to here, for me to decide whether or not I like the item, to see if I want to then order from you to get 50 plus items from you. And now we charge almost double that shipping, which is going to be probably 70 plus. I'll probably pay for shipping one time like $180 just to get my item shipped here. So yeah, just, getting organized, like, creating those lists where you're budgeting, where you're accounting for different things, and understanding that, you're not going to see profit for a while, and that's okay. But, one thing I can say for me is, like, I don't touch my business money. Like, my business money is my business money. Like, I do not touch that money. Like, the other day I went in the account because, like, I had got a lot of cash from the pop-up, so I had to put it in there. And that was my first time actually looking in my account, and I was like, okay, so we're damn near almost close to, like, making our money back at this point. Like, we're almost, like, out of the red and in the black. Like, but, for me, it's like, I don't even like to look at those type of things. Like, because, obviously I'm doing it because, like, I want to be, I want to have financial freedom, but I don't want to get caught up in the fact that, oh, money, 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 money. I just want to do what I love and what makes me happy. And if that's becoming profitable and getting that financial freedom, then that's a win-win for me. So that's what I would say. Just, kind of getting that business mind, not being gullible, because sometimes you may think like, oh, well, they said this price, so it has to be this price. No, it don't have to be this price. It does not have to be this price. Put your foot down, and, like, I'll tell them all the time, like, this is what I have to work with, take it or leave it. And they take it. So so I think that, just being able to negotiate and just become a business minded, understanding that everything is a business deal, whether you realize it or not. Everything. Like, once you start a business, you are your brand. So whatever I post on my personal page, my followers follow me on my personal page, they follow my business page. It could be little stuff. Like, I could write something in general. Like, I hate when customers do, it could be a joke, but they could take that personal because I am my brand, whether I want to realize it or not. And that could be something that, backfires on me. So just being more cognizant of those type of things and understanding, how to carry myself across the board, because, like, I like to have fun. I post funny memes. I still like to be myself, but understanding that I'm also my brand, that I'm also like, my brand is a reflection of me. So Alysha is Astor, and Astor is Alysha, even though people think that my name is Astor. But it's crazy, but yeah. So
yeah. I'm kind of like struggling. I'm gonna ask it, but I feel like the answer is, like, already no, because
mm-hmm.
I haven't felt like this vibe from you, like, at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, have there been days where you felt discouraged or wanted to quit?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let me get my charger real quick. I'll be back, y'all. Hold on.
For those watching, my handsome face is, like, right here on your screen. You can just enjoy this real quick.
Yeah, give me
she's back.
Give me a second.
Oh yeah. Y'all get more on my handsome face. I got the chest out. Got the chest hairs checking out a little bit. It's summer. It was hot as shit here in New York. Also, while we're here, make sure you guys are following Blakthoughtz on Instagram, YouTube, TikToks at Blakthougtz at BLAKTHOUGHTZ. Make sure you guys are following at Astor Clothing LLC. It's ASTORCLOTHING LLC on Instagram. Are you on Twitter too?
I'm not on Twitter. I just got, like, a little page that I go on there and I look at, like, little tweets when awards and stuff happen. But no, not my business page. That's too much for me already.
Yeah, like, I get it. Like, I'm trying, and then I'm trying to, like, branch out to, like, different social medias, but then, like,
it's overwhelming.
You can't post the same videos. Like, Twitter, like from Twitter to, like, IG. Twitter, the videos, the longest you could put is, like, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The caption can't be the same, so it has to be a different caption or shortened. TikTok is only 150 characters.
I love TikTok, though, because TikTok loves me outside of my business. So when I post stuff for my business, they gravitate towards it, because, like, I can literally post, like, just, like, a screen recording of me searching my business, like, pulling up the website, looking at items, and it'll have, like, 1,000 views. Like, just people just looking at my TikTok. But I do entertaining TikToks as well, so I kind of have that, following there. But it's definitely beneficial if you use it for the right way. TikTok is definitely beneficial.
Yeah. Actually, we do get a lot of love on TikTok. It's like I slack with it, because pretty much that's, like, the last app that I downloaded and, like, we set up the account for. I slack on it because I see, like, how everyone else uses TikTok, and I'm just like, I'm 30. I'm not doing
It's
that.
very entertaining.
But
When you
like,
start scrolling, you won't stop scrolling. Oh, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah,
yeah,
it was
we're gonna
definitely
get back into
times.
that. Yeah.
Definitely times where I definitely wanted to quit, where I definitely felt discouraged. Like I said, when I missed my launch with my pajamas because I ended up switching my vendor at the last minute. And then it was and then it was the Chinese holiday, so I had to wait like 3 extra weeks. Like I was super discouraged. When I could not get my bathing suits, like I really didn't really share. I just actually shared this week. Um, I wanted Zodiac bathing suits this year, and I just could not get the quality that I wanted. Like the idea was just so like potent in my head. Like I was like, this is how I want it. I had the pictures, like, but I could not get the execution that I wanted, and I felt so discouraged. Like I even thought about buying a printing machine myself. Like it was just crazy. It was like, oh, it's like $500. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, and I was really like upset. But I had to realize, like, just find a different alternative. Like, just, you know, maybe bathing suits aren't for you right now, but that could be something you can launch next summer. So I was very discouraged in that moment. So I would say those are my two moments where I just really kind of wanted to quit. I just really was like kind of down, like, because I felt like things weren't playing out the way I wanted it to play out. But everything happens for a reason, so it's just a learning experience. Yeah, Amy, like TikTok is cool. It's actually not too complex, and I'm not really a social media guru, but it's really not that complex. Like when you really get the hang of it, like you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. How did you? What got you out of that funk?
um Assistance from people, like people telling me like they had like crazy. It's Amy wrote me. She's Mia's sister. Remember I was talking about Mia earlier, one of my friends that really helped me and, you know, inspired me. She
Shout
wrote
out to
me,
you. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you, Amy.
right.
Keeping your sister on track. I appreciate you.
Right. Amy, I knew of Amy being Mia's sister, but like she had followed me when I first launched, and she had wrote me and told me she was having the same experience with, you know, having her stuff delayed because of like Chinese New Year or whatever the case may be. And it was like, it was so refreshing. Like it was that moment like, okay, I don't look like a failure to everybody. Somebody knows my struggle. Because on the outside looking in, like people don't know the business, so they just like, oh, she didn't launch when she said she was going to launch. She said February 19th. So, you know, it was definitely very, you know, encouraging. Just having conversations with people that own business that understand, you know, the dynamic, and they were just like, don't worry, everything happened for a reason. Like keep your head up, you know. Just even random people that were just writing me because like they could tell I was down, especially my personal Instagram. I was like, I said it. I was like, yeah, I just want to cry. Like, and they were just like, everything happens for a reason. They were just very like encouraging, and that helped me like get through it because like I realized, okay, like people are not looking at me as a big, because you don't know what people look at you. You know, you have people that love you and they want you to do good, but you also have people that follow you because they want to see you fail. So at the same time, you're kind of battle with those things. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Yes, that's definitely.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see you doing better than them. Like realistically, like you have good-hearted people that want to see you do good and want to see you thrive. Even if you excel them, you have people that want to see you do good, but if you're doing better than them, then that's a problem. And then you have people that just don't want to see you doing nothing at all. They want to see you, you know, losing in everything that you do. So, you know, I was blessed, like I said, to have a great parent, so, and a great grandparent. So, you know, I've never looked at other people as competition. I've always grew up to embrace people because I've always had a strong personality. Like, always had a strong personality, and I've always had a leader mindset. Like, everything that, you know, I've been in, like, I literally naturally gravitated towards the leader position. Like, was asked to be, whether it be cheerleader, I was the head cheerleader, whether it be the debate team. I won the debate team for the whole district, you know. So it's stuff like that. My sorority, I was the president of my chapter. So stuff like that, like naturally, like people gravitated towards me. People saw what I could possess without me having to say, well, this is what I possess. And that was a blessing. You know, that's something that everybody doesn't have. So, yeah, I just realized that, you know, don't worry about what other people think. Just focus on what you got in front of you and what you could do. And that was outside of my control. And that's where patience came in.
You said something really beautiful, and so I just remember what it was. So you had mentioned earlier that when the launch got like possibly delayed, you had said that you didn't want to look like a failure in anyone's eyes. And then you were like, for what you just described, you said like, well, people gravitate towards you in that leadership role. Do you feel like that puts pressure on you?
I think it does because, and I actually had this conversation with somebody yesterday. It's so crazy. I felt like people genuinely love me for who I am, but people genuinely hate me for who I am as well. And it's not anything that I do to them, but it's their own insecurities within themselves.
Yes.
So I think it's like a gift and a curse because, yeah, I do feel pressure because, like, you're getting voted into these roles. Like, I didn't want to be president of my chapter. Like, I just wanted to be an AKA. You know, like, I was like, you know, I come to a meeting one day and they're like, oh, who should be president? Everybody's like, Alysha, Alysha, Alysha. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, like, I'm just here to step, you know, do a little stroll, you know, and enjoy my, you know, college, you know, thing. And in that role, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Nobody was there to guide us. It was a lot. So that's just an example of, you know, all eyes on you. And then when they put you in these roles, they want you to deliver, you know, whether you have the experience or not. Like, they're like, well, I voted you to be the president, or I voted you to do this, so why are you not doing this? And you need to do this, and, you know, stuff. So definitely that pressure. But then it just like those unfortunate situations where you gain those unnecessary enemies too, because people hate you for who you are. So I've seen the best of both worlds. And I'm a little sensitive. So that used to bother me a lot, you know, because like people would take me being confident in who I am as a dig to them for some reason. So people will always create these notions of me in their head, which was weird. And then they'll really get to know me, be like, you mad cool. I'm like, I've always been mad cool. Like, you just you just didn't want to see that, you know. So
give me 1 second. I gotta do something.
hey, young Sharif, what's up? Fishes? I can't see that emoji. What the blue fish mean?
Hey, we back.
You know, young Sharif, what the blue fish mean?
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? So when it comes to like being in that leadership role and like kind of like even like from being like young, like you said, like you're a cheerleader on the debate team. When there's people that are like, it feels like they're just destined for something big. Mm-hmm. A lot of people crumble under that pressure, but like there's some people that rise to the occasion. Mm-hmm. Like I felt it because there's a lady, shout outs to Miss Donna, that does like card readings for me. Mm-hmm. And like most of these times she always comes back and tells me that like I'm a natural leader. Mm-hmm. And I just be like, yo, sis, who told you that? Like, I don't even like talking to people. Like, how do you want me to lead? Like,
I love card readings. I got one in Enola, and it was amazing. Like,
they be freaking me out. So like, it always speaks.
It was. I had George recorded. And I only did it because she did somebody else's before me, and it was so spot on, and it was no way in hell she could have knew half of that stuff. So that's why I did it, and I had George recorded, and I had to save it on my phone. But it was really one of those like, ooh, type of moments. Like, and I was so glad I had that experience. So if you've never been to the NOLA, which is New Orleans, go. Like,
and then like I bring it up because it opens my eyes to like the things that I do that I consider small and the impact that I have. Because it's like I have like it's not to toot my own horn, but like I do have like a couple friends that started like their own projects after like I started Blakthoughtz that were like watching, and they did like reach out and be like, yeah, like I see you doing that, like I'm gonna get on my shit too, and I can appreciate that. And then like even like when we do like business initiative and when we post things, our followers, our friends will go support the business of like our other followers and friends, and I'll be like, yo, that's like really dope. Mm-hmm. And then even like one of my homegirls started watching my boy's podcast, and she was like posting about it too. And I was like, because it's just hilarious. And like even with her, it's like it's 2.5 bros. Basically, the podcast is like it's just a bunch of toxic masculinity, and like her like as a girly girl, like a very straightforward, like no bullshit. Like, even like her like getting to like enjoy it and like love it. Like I love that. And it was just like even like small things that I do that I don't even see the power in myself sometimes. But it's just but it's just like it's still there though. It's like sometimes like I feel like you rise to occasion, and I appreciate that about you. I try to rise, but basically me rising is having to pull my ass up, basically.
But
so,
you
like,
don't understand. But you have to understand that rising to the occasion doesn't have to be grand. Like you said, you don't realize your impact on other people. So it could be the littlest things. And I've learned that just throughout. I'm telling you, like turning 30 for me was I'm in such a reflective state right now, and the littlest things could have the hugest impact on people. Like you giving me this opportunity to be on your platform to speak. This is the first, like I had my own podcast. So this is the first time that I'm actually on someone else's podcast where I'm able to kind of just speak and kind of, express, how I feel and speak about my business thing. So this is a new opportunity for me. So this is a blessing for me that you may not even know that you're providing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it could be something like, well, I'm just doing my podcast. I'm just doing what I want to do. But at the same time, it's like, you're also providing me a platform. I don't know these people. I just saw a couple of your friends add me, So I'm like, hey, y'all add me. I'm going to follow y'all back, but it's definitely appreciative. So I think that you have to realize that impact could be big or small. So.
So thank you. I even thank you for like taking the time out to do this. Like, I appreciate you. Like I'm just happy.
Love, we almost 20 years we go back, man. It's number love.
It's crazy. I feel old sometimes.
Listen,
I don't know if I feel old or if it's just that like I'll be looking at like, damn, I've been here that many years.
We just a little vintage. Hey, Kimon, we're just a little vintage.
Yeah, these knees are definitely antiques though. Like I don't know what the hell happened. So we covered most of this. So because you touched on a little bit earlier about the issues that you had getting the swimsuits out. Mm-hmm. So we didn't touch on like how the catalog. So like what does Astor clothing offer?
Right. So obviously we have the pajamas, we have the bonnets, we have the jewelry. So I just added these, like I want to say I added the jewelry about like a month and a half ago. So we have the Zodiac bracelets, you guys can see. We have the Zodiac nameplate necklaces. So it'll have your sign on there. We have the necklaces with the symbols. We're dropping unisex. This is exclusive. We're dropping unisex bracelets. The next week and a half, I just placed the order, so I just have to wait for it to get here. So we have those in the works. We have the necklaces, we have the bonnets, we have the pajamas, we have the bracelets. We're just we had the swimsuits. They're pretty much sold out. We just have like 2 swimsuits left. But since I couldn't launch my own swimsuits, I decided to start dropping swimsuits that I actually enjoy and that I actually like, and to provide to my consumer as well. But they're like limited, so I'm just probably dropping like, for each time I do a swimsuit, I'll probably drop about like 6 to 9 swimsuits. So it's like limited. Like, so once they're gone, and I'll drop new swimsuits. So that's what we got going on right now.
Yeah. Also, so because we're on the swimsuits, about just like let you guys know how hard this woman is working. She's also her own model.
Listen,
so, like even in the flyer for this, you was in that.
Even though I don't want to be.
You are killing it. Like you are killing this model game.
I'm trying, but it's not my thing. I like the behind the scenes. I want to, fix you up. But that's my new thing, God willing, towards the latter part of the year, fourth quarter, just starting to get professional shoots. So that's why I said getting into black now within my business and starting to like really reinvest now into bigger and better things. So definitely want to do photo shoots. We got some cool things dropping for, third and fourth quarter. So I'm super excited for that. So,
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask, do you have employees? Cause you're your own model, but you don't want to. Like, is this?
No. So I said I was hiring. I got some applications, but this is my baby, and I just did not feel the passion. And like I don't know. It's just like I gotta feel it. So I just felt like let me not even involve other people as of right now because I just didn't feel like it was there. Like, I am offering like I
You
really want
didn't
to
feel,
do I
I'm sorry.
want to do younger kids.
I'm sorry. So for clarity, you didn't feel the passion from the applicants.
Correct. Like I
What?
just didn't feel like they had like that I could leave you with all my merchandise and I feel like I don't have to be there and you're going to sell and do what you have to do without me looking type situation. Like, and it's beyond just selling. I just feel like you got to be able to connect. Like you got to understand that this is just not a bonnet. Like that this not like look like that the quality is there, that it's reversible, that this is silk inside and out. Like this is not anything cheap. Like this is 5 prototypes in, type situation. So I feel like nobody really understands the grind right now to like really appreciate it. Like every piece of merchandise that I have down to my bracelets, like I appreciate the follows. I love y'all. I don't know. It's just too close to my heart. I just can't. I just can't right now. Obviously in the future, I would love to have people just, work for me and be at 7 different pop-up shops and I'll be at home chilling, but it's not the case right now. So until I feel it, until I feel like okay, that I don't have to hover over you and then you understand, then you're good. But I am offering a free internship this summer for anybody, younger kids that want to, own their own business to shadow me, come to pop-up shops with me. It's a free internship, but knowing me, I'll probably give y'all some money. You know what I'm saying? If you out there hustling with me, that's just how my heart is set up. So if you out there hustling with me, I'm definitely gonna put some money in your pockets. But I definitely want young entrepreneurs, like from 16 up until 24, 25. Like, you don't have much to do. Even if you just want to come to pop-up shops and see how it works or whatever, like I'm here. Just hit me up, DM me. Like, why not get some experience firsthand?
Yeah, I love that you're already giving back, especially to the youth. I don't know why I tripped over that. But, I feel like even like it's crazy. Like you and I were only 30 years old. We are still elders to some people.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm happy that we can like be in a position, like even if it's just spreading like positivity to them and making sure that they're in the right headspace to let them know that like, hey, you're good right now. Like your future's coming up. You need to line these things up. That's especially it's for teens. I came across this a couple weeks back. I can't remember where I got this from. I believe it might have been from like Mark Henry. This is like a pro wrestling little piece for like all like my other wrestling fans that watch this. It was about Ron Simmons, aka Farouk. He had started he's like the one that started the Nation of Domination in WWF in like 1996. A group of black wrestlers that consisted of Ron Simmons, The Rock, Mark Henry, not Kama Mustafa, but Godfather. So people that just know D'Lo Brown. Oh, it was D'Lo Brown that said this. So these are all black men. When Ron Simmons started the group, it was his goal. Basically, he was just like, because I've already been world champion. I kicked down the door, and I want to get as many of us in as possible. And like that is like my goal as a black man. I've made it somewhere, and I want to make sure that you guys make it at least to that same space or further. So it's beautiful that like you're already like giving back, especially like so.
I'm definitely humanitarian. Like that's just always been my thing. I want to be wealthy so that I can help people that are not wealthy. Like that's just my goal. Like I've always been that type of person. Like I've always like I remember I used to cook like large meals and it was just me, and I would literally just get like when I got off the highway, I would always see like homeless people, and I would just like I would give them a snack bag, food, water. Like that's just me. Like I just always like to help people. That's just my thing. So if I can help somebody, if I can inspire somebody, if I can, just pave the way for somebody to be better than me, then why not?
Yeah, I love that aspect. Like you had mentioned earlier, there's like people that are people don't like to see you doing better than them.
That's a fact.
I love to see people doing better than me.
Me too. But I gave you 3 categories.
Yeah, so there's people that just I'm
Yes, the
gonna
people
butcher what you're saying.
that you know enjoys, they want to see you do good. They're okay with you even doing better than them. They're going to applaud you. Then it's the people that they want to see you doing good, but they just don't want to see you doing better than them, because that's when the envy and that's when the hate comes. Because it's like, how do we start off at the same level? We come from the same place, but he's doing better than me. That's when that jealousy and that envy comes. And then there's people that just don't want to see you do good at all. So I think it's like, you know, they say it's levels to this shit. It really is levels.
Yeah. That bottom level where there's people that's like they just don't want to see you doing good. It's absolutely nothing you can do about them.
Yeah.
Some people are like they're miserable. Some of them may just be lazy. It's absolutely they're always gonna be there, no matter what.
Yeah. Everything is internal. I realized that I'm learning so much about not taking things personally. I realized that a lot of stuff is just internal for other people. Like, it don't have nothing to do with you. It really just people don't be happy with themselves.
Yeah. So damn, I just had it. I'm a watcher. So I'm gonna ask, how do you feel about the progress that you've made so far? Where you're at this point, where you're only a couple months in, but you like you said, like you're getting like you're either in the black or getting to the black. You're taking on, well, you're willing to do an internship to give back the knowledge that you have. The progress that, like, how are you feeling about the progress that you've already made?
I feel blessed. I feel like it could have went so many different ways, and the fact that, you know, we're pretty much, you know, in the black at this moment is amazing. You know, I started this in February around my birthday, and what is this? March, April, May, June. It's July, almost July. So 5 months in, like, some people don't make profits until years and years later, you know. Like I said, I invested way more than I expected to invest. Like, it was $4,000 or $5,000, like, just on the littlest stuff, and it was crazy. But what I can say is that if I didn't experience it, the things that I have experienced before I got to this point, I probably wouldn't appreciate it as much. So I'm just at a place of just gratitude. Like I said, like, I'm just happy. And I'm just looking forward to what's next. Like I said, I don't really try to think about the money portion. Like, obviously, financial freedom is the goal, but I don't like to get hooked on that, because when you don't have those weeks where you're not really selling the way you want to sell, then that starts to discourage you, and it starts to play on your self-esteem, and then, you know, it's just a trickle down effect. So I'm blessed. I couldn't ask for anything more at this point. I'm definitely appreciative.
Yeah. And with the progress that you've made so far, like, so you're only a couple months in, and things are looking so bright. Where do you see Astor Clothing in the next 5 years?
Definitely expanding. Right now we're like kind of like jewelry focused. We still have the pajamas and the bonnets, but we're expanding on the jewelry side. But definitely just becoming a household name as far as, like, you know, quality products, and branching off in different things. Not just in Zodiac, but I want to have Astor, you know, apparel, like, for the name of my company and my brand to actually be a physical brand, like, that you'll see on clothes, that you'll see on sunglasses, that you'll see on comforter sets. That, like, I really want to expand and make this, you know, larger than life. You know, whatever God has in store for me, you know, I'm grateful, and I just want to make sure that I'm utilizing everything that I physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually can at this point to make sure that, you know, I'm successful. I know if I do, faith without work is dead. So as long as I do my part, I know that everything else will come along. So, you know, just making Astor Clothing a household name is the goal for me.
As of now, like, have you put any thought into expanding into men's?
Expanding into bedding, you said?
Men's,
yes. So that's why we're dropping the unisex bracelets, the adjustable unisex bracelets. Those will be out within the next week and a half. The thing with men, and I'm going to be super transparent with you, I would definitely have to try to find, like, a U.S. vendor, because, like, the men built in China are not like the regular men built here in the here. So their sizing is off, and it would really have to be me finding somebody that, and this is why I want to take a sewing class, because I really want to learn how to make my own stuff. And that's a goal for me, to be able to literally sit and hand make my own things. So that's the only complexity. I've had people always ask me, like, we want the silk pajamas too. And I'm like, I want to have y'all, but I got to make sure that, you know, I have the resources to make sure that I'm executing it properly. So like for the women's clothing, I had to go a size up in their sizes to make sure that they fit correctly. So like their medium will be our small here. So I had to kind of like try out things and weigh out things. So I just want to make sure that it's going to be executed correctly. So when I have the proper resources, then we're definitely going to drop some physical stuff for the men, like clothes wise. But like as far as the jewelry and stuff, those are definitely coming for the men. We're definitely going to make a lot of unisex items or things just solely for men. You know, we're all inclusive over here.
Yeah. I don't know why like a Astor do-rag just popped in. It's like, yo, I'm bald. I don't care. But if she got the bonnet, I can rock the do-rag. I
got the silky, period.
I think that's the flex. Like, so I've never asked this before. It just popped into my head. What is your wildest dream for Astor?
I think being able to do whatever I want to do. Like if I wake up tomorrow, like, you know, well in the future, but if I wake up and I'm like, I want to make shoes. Like I literally just make a phone call. And I got like 7 different examples in front of me and I'm picking, I'm choosing. I definitely want to cater to all sizes. And when I say all sizes, I'm tall. I'm 5'10", you know, I'm 5'10". And as a tall woman, it's not a lot of resources out there for us when it comes to like shoes, pants, you know, stuff like that. So I want to have different sizes for, you know, plus size and it'd be fly. For, you know, tall and it'd be fly. You know, I just want to have a different variety and a different range. So that's my goal, to be able to drop, promote, put out whatever I want to and be able to, you know, execute it, have my own, like, you know, warehouse and just be, you know, bossed up.
Gotcha. So I definitely, especially with the way you're going, the work that you're putting in, the attitude that you have, I definitely see all that for you. Well, I see it happening. I'm not gonna say I don't see it happening with no problem, because as we discussed earlier, the problems are gonna come.
They sure are.
The struggle is gonna come, but like I believe in you. I got faith that like, hey,
appreciate it.
You gonna get there. Like this was a lovely conversation. I've said it already. Like I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
And just, are you taking time to appreciate yourself?
To a degree. I'm not gonna lie, I'm overworked at this point. Like I'm extremely exhausted just sitting here. Like I'm just exhausted. So this weekend I said I'm gonna, like, you know, get a massage and kind of just really just sit in my own thoughts and power, just relax and just enjoy what's going on. I really don't think I really just said, like, I'm always thinking about what's next, my next play, my next move, my next event. But for the most part, mentally I'm doing good. You know, I'm big on therapy, I'm big on mental health. So if you don't have a therapist, hit me up. I can guide you, I can provide you with the resources, free, all that.
We spoke. Well, oh wow, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna hit you up about that, because I need to make sure our people get that information.
Right. But yeah, I think I'm trying. I can definitely do better, but I think I'm definitely trying. You know, just a lot going on. So I'm gonna definitely get some rest and and appreciate myself in that arena. Because if I'm not mentally and physically together, then, you know, everything else is gonna crumble. So, but for the most part, I definitely appreciate where I am right now, and you know, just try to give myself my own flowers. You know, sometimes we want other people to give us flowers so bad that it's just like, why don't you just give your own self flowers? You know, appreciate yourself. Like, you know, start that off first. So, and again, I just want to thank you for the opportunity, you know, bringing me to your, you know, your platform, exposing me to your followers. I appreciate everybody that followed me. I've been seeing the notifications at the top. So I appreciate everybody that's, you know, followed me and, you know, that's tuned in today. Definitely a pleasure. I'm definitely proud of what, you know, what you're doing. The information that you're bringing, you know, that you bring it to the forefront. I definitely check out your episodes that, you know, where you're talking about different things. And I like the fact that you're acknowledging, you know, Black Women Wednesdays and things of that nature. It's definitely a positive thing that we need to see, that we need to encourage as a unit, as Black people. So, you know, peace to you. I appreciate you. And like I said, we go 2 decades back at this point. So we damn near family.
Yeah. So speaking like, so you said you need rest, we're gonna let you get some rest and wrap things up. So again, thank you for taking the time to do this. Thank you for being an inspiration, and most importantly, thank you for being you.
No problem. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure you guys follow at Astor Clothing LLC right here on Instagram. That's everything, right? There's no other social media.
Nope, that's Instagram. My website just edit.com. Facebook, Astor Clothing LLC on Facebook. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna make sure that we get like all that out to people, so like more, so we can get as many followers for you as we can. Make sure you guys are following Blakthoughtz on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, and make sure they hit the link in our bio for all past episodes, Blakthoughtz, for Blakthougtz merch, for donations if you like to donate to the brand, for more content like this if you enjoyed it. And I just thank all of you guys for coming out tonight, and we are out of here.
Deuces.